Hey, welcome back, class. This will be a little tutorial to help you finish Think Central Lesson 2-3 about comparing decimals, fractions up through the thousandths. The bar below represents a whole, so you're looking at this whole thing as a whole, the number line as a whole. You can tell based off of this that there are 10 parts to that. 10 larger parts, that being one part, so that's each one of those is a tenth, and each one of the smaller little numbers is a hundredth. So they're asking us to enter 7/10ths and then enter 5/100ths. So they're drawing a picture model of a number that represents 75/100ths. So 7/10ths is equal to 0.7, and you can see that here. These are 7/10ths to this point, and then the 5/100ths are right here, 0.05. And so when you put those together, 7/10ths is the same as 7 out of 10, and that's equivalent to 70 out of 100, because if you took counted each of the little parts here, you would end up with 70. So that would be 70 out of 100 is 70 hundredths, and then you add the 5/100ths to that, and you would get 75 hundredths. So 7/10ths is equivalent to 70 hundredths and 5/100ths. Put those together, you get 75 hundredths. So looking at this problem, they want us to show the model that represents 8/10ths is equivalent to 80 hundredths. So obviously you have a hole here. This is one hole, and they've cut that into 100 parts, so each one of those little tiny dots is a hundredth. But if you look at, I call it sticks and blocks. So if you look at one stick, that's the same as 1/10th or 10 hundredths. So all we have to do is match, showing which one shows 8/10ths or 80 hundredths. So you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this model right here shows 8 out of 10 if you look at the sticks, or 80. I wouldn't count the little pieces. 80 little pieces out of 100. This one's close, but it shows 90. This one only shows 2 or 20, and that one only shows 1. So the correct answer here would be B. So why does writing zeros to the right of a number not change the value of the number? So let's just take a simple example. Let's say I have 5 holes. So if I have 5 holes, that's 5 holes. I can put as many zeros as I want. It's still going to be 5 holes, because it's 5 and nothing, 0, 0, 0, 5 and 0 tenths, 5 and 0 hundredths, 5 and 0 thousandths. So anytime you have a number to the right over here with a 0, it doesn't change it, because as long as it's to the right of the decimal point, it does not change that number, because zeros are just placeholders showing, there's nothing in that place. All right, so the strategy when you compare two digits, it's a pretty simple strategy. You just line them up and compare. There's a little song I sing, line up and compare, line up and compare, dee 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 dee. Or you can go line them up, line them up, line them up, I'm on fire. So anyways, I'll line them up, 0.070 and 0.07. I just write the numbers and the place values, and then you can see if I add a 0 here to that, it doesn't change the value of it, and you can see that these two numbers are equivalent or equal to each other, so they are equal. Same strategy for this, just put the numbers, plot them where they belong in their place values. You have 0.007 or 7 thousandths, and this one is 0.7. If you put the zeros in there, that turns into 700 thousandths. So obviously 7/10ths is greater than 7 out of 1,000. So that would say less than this answer. 7 thousandths is less than 7/10ths. Line up and compare. That is the strategy. Same strategy here. You have 2/10ths, and you're comparing that to 19 out of 100. So if you just put a 0 there, place value holder, you can see that that's 20 hundredths, and that is greater than 1900. So this would be greater than. All right, great work. So remember, when comparing decimals, just draw your place value chart, plot the numbers where they belong in each according to each value, and then just compare them that way. And that is how you compare decimals to the thousandths place. Hopefully you didn't have a lot of trouble with this, but if you did, make sure you email me or ask me for questions, because that's how you build mastery. Good work, everybody.